In 2007, there was almost one hate crime reported every hour of every day in the US. Today, the number reported is much lower, even though we know that hate crimes still happen regularly. So why did the numbers drop? Because the system is broken. Chapel Hill, Charleston, and now Tulsa. In each of these cases, the phrase hate crime has been thrown around. The FBI defines a hate crime as motivated in whole or in part by an offender's bias against a race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender, or gender identity. That should be easy enough to prove, right? Wrong.
Courts are increasingly requiring prosecutors to show that hate was the sole motivating factor behind the crime and not just a substantial motivating factor.
On February 10, 2015, Diya Barakat, Yusr Abu Salha, and Razan Abu Salha were murdered by their neighbor Craig Hicks execution style in their own home in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. State authorities claim these three young American Muslims were shot and killed over a parking dispute. But to the victims' families, it was clearly a hate crime.
Craig Hicks will likely not face any hate crime charges because a court would find that he was motivated by multiple factors.
So why is it so important for perpetrators to be charged with hate crimes?
Hate crimes are message crimes. They're meant to intimidate and inflame and often do. In some cases, judges prescribe very specific sentences in the case of hate crimes.
In 2013, Abraham Winkler and Pinchas Braver attacked Taj Patterson as he was walking down a Brooklyn street. The men screamed anti-gay slurs before stomping and kicking Patterson. A judge sentenced the two men to community service in a culturally diverse neighborhood.
When somebody attacks an individual because of a protected category, they're attacking an entire community. A hate crime charge shows that community that the government has their back.
There are actually 5 states with no hate crime laws on the books. So what happens then? Well, the feds step in. In June of 2015, 21-year-old Dylan Roof walked into a historically black church in Charleston, South Carolina, and gunned down 9 worshipers. He even said he was there to shoot black people. South Carolina charged him with 9 counts of murder, but the state has no hate crime legislation. So the DOJ took over, and their investigation led to 33 additional federal hate crime counts. He pled not guilty to all of them, and the case is still pending. And some states with laws aren't even reporting these types of crimes. 5 states reported less than 10 hate crimes in 2014. Mississippi reported 1. Wyoming reported 0.
Our hate crime reporting system is broken because it relies on voluntary reporting by local police departments. For us to have a reliable system, local law enforcement must be required to report hate crimes, not just be asked.
We know that Islamophobia isn't dying down in the US, and we know that racial tensions are high. So given the current climate, isn't it time we change this broken system?